Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting podcast. Sean Higgs coming at you here on Monday, June the 2nd. A new month has arrived. June. Wow. As always, I got Chip Chirimbes and Doug Upstone with me here to talk some Major League Baseball for a Money Monday. But before we get to that, you're here, you're watching on YouTube. Want to hit the little thumbs up button? Thumb it up and then leave a comment because we got 3 games on deck today. San Diego, San Fran, Mets and Dodgers, Reds, Brewers, red hot Brewers, by the way. And your thoughts as well. Into the comment section you go. You don't want to forget. That's why I say, there you go. Notification bell on. Baseball free picks. We'll talk. Well, later on in the week, we'll talk some NBA final stuff. And then soon enough, NFL and college football will be right around the corner. Like I said, it is June. But before we get to our free picks, head on over to gamblersworld.net for our best bets, the premium action. Us 3 gentlemen, plus another 10-pack of top handicappers for you to get all of our top plays in the NBA Finals, in the Stanley Cup Finals, in Major League Baseball. Up daily, there's a leaderboard to see how everybody does. 3 738 packs are guaranteed. You buy one of those packages, we show you a profit or we credit you back. Maybe you want a day pass. And when there's multiple sports going on, whether it's June or November, whenever it is, a multi-day pass for $69.99 is an excellent value investment for you. On a random day like this, I'm going to tell you probably just buy the individual pack. That's just one guy talking to you. You want the value packs when there's a lot more stuff going on. When the NBA and hockey are all going with Major League Baseball, that's when you buy the all-day pass. But gents, here we go. Let's start off. It is a new month. We got to get our baseball on track. We've not had a good free pick baseball run, but I'm counting on you two gentlemen to start the month off well here. We're going to move over to Chipper because out of the games, I guess this would be like the lower name brand of it with the Brewers and the Reds, Singer and Savali. And we know Mr. Savali here, Chip, because I remember it was like opening day or game 2. It was like the Yankee torpedo bats. Oh, my goodness. Savali pitches. They throw him the minors. Look at this line here, though. He's a plus 105. It's a minus 115 Reds with Brady Singer's having a nice season. Savali has not been bad in his last couple starts. 9 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs his last 2. Brewers, they put on a whooping. Is Jim going to get upset? We talk about the Philly beatdown. These guys talk 17 runs, 1 game, 23 hits, sweeping the Phillies. 7 straight wins for the Brew Crew. I mean, the discussion if they're for real is another topic. But in this game here, I'm a Brady Singer guy. I liked him for the Royals. I thought it was a nice trade for him. His numbers are pedestrian. But, Chip, Reds, Brewers, you're going against the win streak, or are they going to keep it going here, the Brew Crew?
Well, this is the game, the only game that's palatable with me because the lines are so outrageous, it's high. Milwaukee winning 7 in a row. I mean, can they contend? They're in the same division with Chicago, are they not? So
Yes,
the Cubs are now like 16 games over 500 or thereabout, and here's Cincinnati, who everyone I think is probably Cincinnati may be the most overrated team in baseball because every year I keep hearing about what they're going to do, and they've got so many players, and it just seems the same every year with them. They're a couple of games under 500. The 7-game winning streak for the Brewers has put them over 500 by 4 games. Savali, like you said, he has shown some stuff in the past that he can get it done. And Brady Singer, of course, we know came from Kansas City. See, he's starting for Cincinnati, 6-3 for the Reds, but they've lost 3 of their last 4. Milwaukee's coming in at 7. I don't like playing against streaks. I think they just continue. And Milwaukee, the Brewers have won 6 of their last 8 against this team, and I think they're probably the side here tonight. And if you're having trouble with this, there's no basketball out there for us today, and that is a sin considering how well we're doing. But I'd have to take Milwaukee here just because they're on the hot streak. They're winning. And by the way, Yelich went 4 for 4, I think it was yesterday, to bring his average up to 220. So wait till he starts hitting. Then you'll obviously see something out of Milwaukee.
Yelich, PED guy for me, that guy. He's a PED guy. Anyway, official pick here.
Has he ever tested positive?
I don't think he has, but I mean, he had like a good year and then nothing since. So I don't know.
Yeah, he's injured. He has been injured a number of times.
Back injuries.
Yeah.
I just feel like you have a flare up like that, and it kind of raises a question of possibility. You just have one.
He's not built like that. He's slender, and I mean, you're not like a Barry Bonds. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, Juan Gonzalez was a pretty slender cat too, but that's the positive.
Not like
anyway.
Yelich he can run back and forth in the shower and not get wet.
Let's just think about. Well, before we say official pick here, Brew Crew minus 102 for Chip here. Yelich, Ozuna, Giancarlo Stanton for the Marlins in an outfield. Not a bad outfield a few years ago for those guys. And yet, let's ship them away for how the Marlins do. Some teams kind of get some prospects back and do a nice little rebuild. Not the case in Miami or Florida, whatever they want to call themselves. But again, official pick here from Chip is on the Brew Crew. Doug, what are your thoughts on Brew Crew and the Reds?
Well, my first inclination was to agree with Chip on this. They're playing so well. They're 1 run short of scoring 7 runs per game in this stretch. But Aaron Savelli, I don't know. I can't get too excited about him anymore.
Right.
I mean, there's a reason the guy gets traded, right? I mean, so that's part of it. Brady Singer, 4.60 ERA doesn't look too impressive, but he's won 6 of 9, and at home his ERA is 2.96. But here's what convinced me, and I know this isn't something that everybody likes, but some of these, when you see these, they just stand out. The Brewers on the road on Monday, so 90% chance on a Monday. That means it's a series opener. 0-10 for the Brewers on Monday openers. Okay, on the road. The Reds on Monday, 19-6. Okay, anywhere. So you know what? Even though I don't disagree with Chip's pick in the general sense because it makes the most sense. I'm just going to back these angles and take the Reds in this case.
You mentioned the Savali trade. All right, he gets traded from Cleveland, goes down to Tampa. If Tampa's trading a pitcher, I'm always wondering, am I really going to catch the good side of that deal? Is that a good trade, right? Because Tampa's known for finding kind of talented pitchers and squeezing water out of a rock, so to speak.
Well, hey, don't forget about Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland's had a variety of good pitchers that last, 2 to 4 years? Okay. Yeah. And all of a sudden they're just kind of done. They go somewhere else. You really never hear of them again. Or at best, they're 500 pitchers. So that's another one for me.
And yes, I'm going to disagree here because if I like streaks, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. I'm betting on teams to keep winning. I'm betting against teams because I think they'll keep losing when there's numbers. But now we get to that 7, 8, 9, we start getting a little higher. Then I start thinking, is there value going in another direction here? And I think maybe a run line for the Reds would be worth a stab here. That's where I would attack. Plus 170. And like Chip, I got to agree with you, right? The Reds, they were the trendy pick. Oh, Eli De La Cruz, he hits the ball really hard. And Spencer Steer and whoever, right? They got all these young guys, Matty McClain and a bunch of young players.
I don't know what it is, Sean. It just seems like people gravitate toward wanting to bet the Cincinnati team. I mean, it just every year when you're reading the annuals and the books, it seems kind of strange to me, and they just come out to be the same club every year.
But it makes sense for a team to we're going to take a next step. Our rookies are going to become second-year players, third-year players. We're going to break out. We're hitting our prime. Well, baseball today, though, guys, you know this. Most of these young guys, they're in their second, third year. They're 24. This isn't 1986 or 1992 where guys coming in their second and third years are 26, 27, 28 are in their physical primes. They're still young. I mean, medical speaking, your brain's not developed until you're 23, 24 years old. So these guys are still kids, basically. So maybe the Reds team will be in 2 years when they're 25, 26, 27, not 22, 23, 24.
Yeah.
But I'm with you, Chip. I thought, 425 worth a shot, right? The Cubs choke it away. The Brewers don't do anything to get talent. The Pirates are terrible. And the Cardinals are running a geriatric center with a bunch of 35-year-old, 36, 37-year-old pitchers.
They've come on this year, though. Compared to what they did last year, the Cardinals are a much better club.
And the other thing, though, too, you have to consider, though, it's June 2nd. Okay, so long way to go. For all the teams you just mentioned.
Very long way. We know this because the Laker fans were hanging a championship banner when they traded for Luka. We know how that worked out for them.
And actually, the Reds pitchers, I watched all or most of the games this weekend. I mean, they have some pretty good starting pitching. I mean, the Cubs didn't see Hunter Green. And, I mean, I really like him. I mean,
Abbott's good.
They just didn't hit the Reds, so.
Abbott, Ladola, I like all their pitchers.
Yep.
I like Brady Singer. Even Nick Martinez is what he is as a fourth, fifth starter.
Right. Yeah.
But again,
completely agree.
Official pick here from Chip. Milwaukee, we're calling that a -102. This is his free pick, folks. Head to gamblersworld.net. He's got a MLB money game winner up right now. The guarantee's up for you on Chip Chirimbes' Major League Baseball. Go get it. Again, all of our premium picks at gamblersworld.net. Next up, Doug Upstone here. And you got an interesting game here between the Sands, Diego, and the Giants. We got an ace on the hill here. Logan Webb, this guy's pretty good, and that's why we're staring at a 180 favorite here versus Colicky baby. I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name, but San Diego's rolling out this cat. Big dog, total 7.5 even I'm seeing in this one. We could talk about Webb. He's excellent. The Giants are ridiculous when he's a home favorite, like a 14-1 run they are, and most times 160 or more. And he is an elite pitcher, right? He's a top 5 pitcher probably. Any team would gladly grab him. And I look at this kid, Kolek's numbers. They look all right. You dig a little deeper down into him last few games. I think there's a reason you might want to lean on the Giants, but the Padre lineup to me is superior. The Giants are coming off a road. You can't score on the road versus these bad teams. I'm not going to name all the guys because I like Ramos and Lee and Chapman. They got some Flores. I mean, Flores is like a quiet man who just drives and runs. Never when you need him. Never when you need them, the Giants. Everybody's got 35 RBIs, but they're driving runs in. You're down 3-1 and it's 3-0. It's 3-1 games you lose all the time. And the Padre, Tatis, Merrill, Machado, Bogarts, Cronenworth. I like the team. I like them, Doug. Is it worth a 150 shot for me here as an underdog?
Here's what I'm thinking. Well, first of all, it's an excellent matchup, as you mentioned, and they're going to play 4 games in this series. So I think from the standpoint, I think it's meaningful. Now, if they go 2-2, then I guess it doesn't mean much, from that standpoint. But, the pitching advantage, of course, goes to San Francisco with Webb. That makes sense. Yeah. And then also right now, in terms of run prevention, their bullpen is number 1. San Diego's isn't bad. It's number 6. But, the Giants bullpen has been on fire.
They could. Yeah.
But here's the thing. Webb against the Padres. Now his personal record is 4-4, but the team record 5-9 against the Padres. So that kind of sticks out. And here's the other thing you just mentioned about their inability to score runs, and I talked about their ability to prevent runs. They have played 8 straight unders. Have the Giants, okay, in this instance, and home teams that have played 8 unders in a row. On the run line are 12-37 on the run line. So I'm going to say San Diego plus the 1.5 run line. Yeah, you're going to pay a little extra, 145, 150 on it. But I think the value is there because you're getting that extra run. And so I could easily see 3-2, 4-3 game. Okay. If San Francisco wins, fine. But I mean, I think it's going to be a 1-run outcome either way.
Run line plus run line for the Padres, plus a 1.5 here from Doug. Yeah, San Fran run line is only about $1.25, which is It's all right. But as you mentioned, the offense pretty much non-existent. How many? 7 straight unders, and even on the year, just under
8.
And the bullpen, I think they've given up like 1 run in the last month or something. The bullpen's fabulous.
Yes,
you have teams like Arizona who can't pull a shell off of the beach for a relief pitcher. Arizona's bullpen, and yet the Giants just churn them out like butter. Ridiculous with their bullpen. And this is not new. They had a good bullpen.
Who churns butter anymore? Just to ask the question. Does anybody?
You should churn butter. It's healthier for you to churn your own butter.
I know, yeah, but I'm just saying who does it. I'm not asking if it's healthy. I'm just asking the question.
I don't know. The Amish.
Hey, I got my popcorn. I'm going to go churn some butter. Won't take me more than an hour. We're good.
Don't churn it too much because then all of a sudden you'll have cream and cheese. So then you won't even have butter anymore.
All right. Thanks for the info.
Chip.
Yeah.
Speaking of buttering up the buns, what do we got here? What do you think about this one here?
this Giant team, exactly like you said, you look at the lineup, you're not impressed. You're trying to figure out where their wins coming from. And by the way, Wilmer Flores, the former Met, leads the National League in game-winning hits. So go figure that out. But the Giants, they play old-time baseball. They steal bases. They scrape up runs. And I think they're going to be they're so undervalued. I mean, I really don't think San Francisco got a chance to win it all, but I think they're going to cause some problems in there. Logan Webb's on the hill, and he's a quality starter throughout his entire career. The starter for San Diego, 28 years old, he's 6-1 lifetime in the major league. Kolek, I think his name is, and like we were talking about, younger guys playing and mature guys in there. He's been around for a while at 28 and only having 7 lifetime decisions. But I guess my heart is with the Giants here. I don't like laying any kind of price with it, but San Diego always seems to be the team that just not going to get there. They just seem to be they started so fast this year and have come back a little bit. I'm going to take the Giants here. I don't like laying this, of course, and maybe the runs is the way to go, Doug. I might lay the run line and be able to get something back here, but the Giants are a tough team because they have to scrape runs together. They don't sit there and outpower you. They really don't.
Nope.
So I have a lean towards San Francisco. Didn't use the game, and I wouldn't be using it. But thanks to Sean and his assignments, I got the Giants.
Hey, the Brewers have been playing. This game isn't a bad one here. We got 2 33-win teams here. These guys are not terrible. It's not like
Right.
the Brew Crew one that could get the Brewers guys that. Hey, Brewers are playing good ball, and we have a short card on a Monday too, by the way. So it's a little short day. Padres and Giants both 33 wins, and as you mentioned, the hits here, gents. I mean, real fast, and we'll move on to the final game here. They're big free agent signing. They couldn't get Judge last year. They couldn't get Correa. They get Willie Adame, who had 32 homers last year, 100 ribbies. Yeah, he's really turning up this year, batting .208 with 5 homers. I mean, Matt Chapman they bought in here on that big contract, $235. I guess that's good, not $235, but some of these teams the way they hit. But
little difference in ballpark. That's pretty.
Because I like some of these guys in the lineup. It seems like they're just empty ribbies and stuff. Sometimes they find a way to win, though, Chip. They're always 500. They're always they do enough to. If you're a Giant fan, like if we get so and so, we'll be good. Yeah, well,
I'm wondering if the Dodger pitching doesn't come together. I mean, they've really been decimated and hit pretty hard with that. Could San Diego and the Giants give them a hassle in the National League?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if the Dodgers can drop that much. I mean, their pitching though is right now is hurting.
Well, we're going to talk about Dodgers second, but official pick here: San Diego plus the 1.5 from Doug. Doug, go get Doug's best bet. He's got a 2-pack. The Monday Massacre. He's out here literally killing the books right now with a 2-pack of maybe Major League Baseball. Get it.
Looking to.
Well, you will. Come on. If you put the games out, we bet them. We think they're going to win. That's the way I am. I wouldn't say it.
Of course. But
it's a winner until it's not. That's the way I look at it. I am undefeated, and if the game loses, well, you know what? I got a crappy bullpen. Crappy bullpen cost me a game, so it's not even on me. It's on them. It's win. I'm a genius. It loses, the bullpen screwed me. That's the way I look at my baseball. Because that's the way mostly goes down, right? Hey, I got an under in Seattle. It's 7.5. It's 2-2 in the 10th inning. Oh, it's 14-6 now. Oh, wonderful.
Sean, I think you got to have to bet the totals nowadays because of the way the relievers are just blowing up games. Yeah. It's got to be that 5-inning bet that Doug and you got both like. Play the 5-inning unders. You got the starters for that.
That's it.
And you don't have to worry about the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. But I mean, we had. What was it? Washington against Seattle the other day was 2-2 in the 10th, and they scored 7 runs. I mean, and it just seems to happen time and time again.
It's really. Oh, bullpens. That's baseball, Susan. Here we go. Now, again, these are the free picks at the Winner Circle YouTube, gamblersworld.net for our best bets. Doug and Chip both with premium action up here for Money Monday with MLB. Go get it. Your final free play. Doug and Chip just said that maybe the Padres or Giants. You catch the Dodgers, they've had some pitching problems. Well, that's who I got today. We got May and the Dodgers versus Blackburn and the Mets. Not the A's, Blackburn. They traded him or they let him walk because that's what the A's do. The pitching here. You talked about them catching a Dodger squad. This team still in first place. I call them an underachieving bunch. People are like, hey, they won the World Series. Well, you know what? They didn't hit their win total until they hit that last win in the World Series. So you know what? They're not that good because they're supposed to get that in the regular season through September. Now, you have 14 guys on the injury. Look at this. Look at this. All their top relievers are on the disabled list. And the pitchers, Stone, Grove, Sheehan, Kopech, Trennan, Sasaki, Snell, Yates, Glass. Everybody and a cousin from them, and yet they still kind of win games. Ridiculous.
Well, they have that pipeline in Japan. They could just bring them over anytime they want. These guys can throw.
But then they bring up their minor league guys. But I think this is part of the problem why these guys get hurt. This is for other teams as well. You bring guys up, we only throw them for 5 innings, and that's it. Go out there, throw as hard as you can, and now all these injuries, you can't do that. Again, this is a little sidetracked here with the way they throw these pitchers. You can't go 5 innings, balls to the wall, and then expect these guys to bounce back. It's not going to happen. That's why everybody's hurt. Tommy John's at the wazoo. But anyway here, on a side note, that's a side note. Yes, that is a side note because you want to pick on this game. Dodgers off the Sunday nighter. I had a loser last night because I got a Yamamoto Cy Young ticket. I thought, you know what? The Yanks can't hit good pitching. Why not take the Dodgers here on the run line at even money? And it came back and bit me on my giant butt because the Yankees did show up and drop a 6th spot on the Dodgers last night. Normally, it's like a fade spot. I'm on off of a Sunday night. I'm not looking to play the team the next day. It's, all eyes on you. The other team is kind of settled in. Or arriving to play you, or you might have to jump on the road. But we got the Mets here. And again, I mentioned Blackburn. This guy's been pitched since last August. He had some kind of, back issue or whatever. Am I running to take a 140 with a Met team who themselves have had trouble scoring? We talk about the Giants trouble scoring or some other teams trouble scoring. 35-21 to the under for the Mets. I'm not looking to bet them to score runs. They'll score a couple. And they started out to a great start because of their pitching, and they were winning games 3-1, 3-2. Listen, the Dodger offense just continues to pump up runs, 35-24 the over. Even last night, I'll chalk that up to we're a little tired. We only scored 3 runs. I'm going over the total here. It's a 9. I think it's a 9.5 now. It makes sense to me because I don't love May. I think he'll give up a couple runs. Anytime a Dodger pitcher's on the hill, I think there's a chance to give up runs. Over to 9.5. I did have last night a over 5.5 team total for them. I think it was like plus 130 for the Dodgers because they just hit home runs all the time. This is a home run hitting club. I'm going over. I think they're going to hit Blackburn in his first start back. Mets on the road versus a good team. Let me see the Mets beat a good team. I haven't seen it yet. Doug, have you seen the Mets beat a good team this year?
I'm sure they have. They haven't played great though. They've done what they, it's still pretty early on this one. And,
I think the parity. One second. I think the parity in baseball, like we're seeing it. We saw these blowouts in NBA, right? The finals, playoffs, big, huge spreads and big blowout games. We saw it in college football. We're seeing it in baseball too here. Like the bad teams are just bad, and then you have a handful of teams that are 15, 20 games over 500. Because they beat the bad teams.
Right. That seems to be a thing. But the problem is that we're running into is the number of games that are, minus 175 to 190 every day.
Yes.
It is just.
That's what I'm talking about.
There's plenty that are higher, but I'm just saying, I'm talking about even games that you look at where you would say, okay, 60-40 chance for them to win. Okay. Theoretically, that works out to the numbers to be exacting, but it seems to me it wasn't that many years ago. The same type of games were 150, not 175.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, and this one, I agree with what you're saying, Sean, is that there's a lot of conflicting angles here that you could make because, Dodgers could be, they're playing the Mets, but they could be a little bit flat coming off the big Yankee series playing last night. Still at home, so that's the thing. Mets going on the road, after playing Colorado, they'll probably be a little bit more excited, for such a game and a revenge situation here. So I looked at the whole situation, and I haven't given one of these on the show all year. I'm gonna go over the 0.5 first inning line, okay, which is
a
minus
Yurfie.
Yes, sir. And minus 125, because you look at the run potential of the Dodgers and their first three hitters. You look at the potential that the Mets have for the first three hitters. I think we squeeze out one run in the first inning between those two lineups against these pitchers.
I like the Yurfie, and I'm a Yurfie guy because I think, you know what? I don't care what pitcher you are. You could be whoever. You should be able to get 3 outs against the team. But the 6 guys coming to the plate in this game,
yep.
Let's be honest, all 6 of them very well be going to Cooperstown. Lindor, you can make a case for. Soto, Alonso, Freddie Freeman, Ohtani, Betts. I mean, would you say?
Betts, I think, is out.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, he stubbed his toe.
Yeah, I mean, there's the potential, and that's one swing of the bat from any of those guys. That's all it takes. So,
and again, that was just based on like the normal lineup. We don't know who could be playing. I mean, Tommy Edman could be leading off. I have no idea. We're just throwing things out here randomly. And I want to correct myself. I was making fun of the Mets not beating teams. They did beat LA 2 out of 3 in New York. So before the Met fans go, it's all right, folks. All right, I'm just trying to make hay here and get you involved in the conversation. Chip's a big Met guy back in the day.
That was still my day, buddy. And they got number 1 draft pick Paul Blackburn on the mound. This guy was drafted number 1 overall by the Oakland A's 13 years ago. We're still waiting for him to develop. I mean, he was 1-2 with the Mets last year when they got him. His ERA was over 5. I don't know how he's going to do against his Dodger lineup. I kind of like Dustin May here. Now, the price, of course, is something I wouldn't lay. I wouldn't play. But, May's given up 7 home runs. So maybe you guys are right with this first inning score with those batters being up there. If I was to have that play, I would definitely want to see Mookie Betts get to the plate because I think he's the best all-around player they have. Dodgers and Mets, it always brings, a crowd out there in L.A. I think the Dodgers playing New York teams for a whole week. Just got through with the Yankees. I give the edge to the Dodgers in spite of the line. And if you were looking for me to give you a premier selection on it, I pass. But I'll go to the Dodgers.
Dodgers, and again, you're going to be laying a little bit with the Dodgers in the 160. But it is what it is. Again, I'm not a guy running to bet a starter making his first start. Yeah. So I think he'll score. I think he's going to give up some runs because the Dodgers score runs. And I think May is not sharp as well. I can make fun of the Mets, and I will. I'll tease, huge broad stroke brushes about bad offense and stuff like that. But I think we're gonna get some runs in this game here. We've seen the Dodgers. They give up the bullpen. The problem with the Dodgers is the bullpen. You're missing your best guys, and it's a patchwork unit right now. And you have some guys just to pop on the Mets. And if you're up, you're going to get some garbage runs. Give me the over. Give me the over 9 here. Again, free picks. And our free picks, not a good run last month. So we're going to start off here in June, get on the right track. Over Dodgers, Mets, 9.5, I think we saw there. So shop around, you might get a 9. Chip likes the Brew Crew to continue their winning ways, minus 102. And we're going a run line Padres plus 1.5 from Mr. Doug Upstone. Again, these are the free picks.
And I'm sorry, I just would like to add that just so everybody knows that Sean put out a request that Chip and I do better for free picks. He's not asking himself to do better. He's just asking Chip and I do.
We got to do better. I said, we got to do better for free picks. I said, we got to do better.
You're not taking any responsibility, so I can only assume.
No. I said, when it lose, no. If it like the other day, who do we have up here in the? Well, I had the Tigers and the. Oh, here it is. We had Minnesota and Seattle in here the other day. We had a run line play Seattle, so Seattle was doing pretty good, and then all of a sudden there was like a crazy 9th and 10th inning when the bullpens come in. Those things are frustrating. That's, as John Sterling says, that's baseball, Susan. I
love that.
Terribly. It's funny, but it is so true. Like things are cruising along, and then like, what just happened here?
Yeah, well, Seattle the other night up 6-3 with Munoz, who had yet to give up an earned run this season.
Yes.
And so what happens?
5 runs.
He gives up 3. Okay, and of course I had Seattle. Bottom of the ninth. And my favorite thing in sports betting now is the different things that tell you win potential. So I had a 99% chance of winning the game. Okay, so but I still lost. So how is that possible? But yeah, those types of things are just. Seattle gave up first team ever to give up 6 runs in 2 consecutive games, 2 extra inning games in 1 inning in each contest.
Wow.
6 runs in each one.
But I mean, again, I'll never take responsibility for that, though. Never. That is no way on me. That is no way on me. We had the right side.
Exactly. Oh, you absolutely did.
I thought the right side was the winning side, no matter what.
Well,
this guy's coming here. Here comes the
I
peanut
get beat
gallery.
the same way. But when I lose that game, I don't tell my, I really say I made it. It wasn't there. It wasn't my wrong side.
Chip, keep it going.
I go with incorrect side. I'm not going to go wrong side. I'm going to go incorrect side.
Right. I know what you're saying, though. There are a lot of times everything factors come in, and that's the side to have, and it's the right side, and you're leading the whole game, and something happens. Happens in basketball and football. I mean, look at teams blowing a 22-point lead and things along those lines. So it happens.
I mean, right pick, wrong result. How about that?
Yes.
I'm only teasing, guys.
I know you are.
All right. Listen, Chip, keep it going here. I forgot to get your this day. You got this day in sports today, or what do you got for us?
Oh, yeah, I got something for you. June 2nd, right? Okay.
Just till midnight.
Most people know that the first Major League Baseball night game was in Cincinnati. The first game overall in Major League Baseball was from Fort Wayne, Indiana, that was played at night. And it was in 1883. Where'd they get the lights? I don't know. Stuffy McGinnis, you guys remember him, right? I mean, Stuffy McGinnis played first base for the Red Sox and the Indians. And it was on this date in 1922 that he had his first error in over 1,700 chances. So that's not bad defensively. In 1935, Babe Ruth retired. Do you remember what team he retired from on this date?
The Expos.
No. The ordinary crowd, you know what I mean, Doug? No, it was the Boston Braves, and he grounded out in the first inning and walked up the field and retired at that moment. He walked right out of the stadium. Okay. In 1942, Ted Williams volunteered for the United States Navy 3 years, and then had the audacity to draft him once again to fly fighter jets during the Korean War. So Ted Williams, who ended up, my goodness, 521 career home runs or 514 in around there, and yet he missed 5 full years. And those were his prime years, Ted Williams. Brooks Robinson, on this day, this is a good one, 1958, hit into the first of his 4 career triple plays. Could you imagine? I mean, how many triple plays happened while you're playing baseball during your career? He hit into 4 of them. And the first one was on this date in 1958. And, of course, the biggest accomplishment of them all was by an Australian golfer, a female named Sue Perel, who on this date had consecutive holes in one on the 13th and 14th hole in Sydney, Australia. And, of course, I could have done the same thing if I played mini golf there, too. So, that's the way it goes. But 2 consecutive holes in one. Yeah. LPGA, she's playing from the red tees. What a break. But that's still an accomplishment.
Hey, Chip, one thing that you mentioned about the guy that had the long errorless streak.
Right.
The one thing that the addendum that's a part of that is that his brother was the official scorer the entire time.
Stuffy.
Yeah. Who knows what's going around in those days? I mean, we see some incredible numbers.
4 triple plays. Can you get out of the box? What, you just stood there?
But he wasn't very swift. I know that. I mean, he was one of the best defensive players ever, and certainly was a clutch hitter for the Orioles and the World Series and everything else. Hall of Famer without a doubt. But
and one last nostalgia note. Who you said the girl's name was Prel, the lady golfer? Prel?
Yeah, virtually, yeah.
Do you guys remember Prel shampoo back in the 80s?
Of course.
Doesn't it still exist? I use it to dishwash.
Prel. Oh, man, I remember Prel. Anyway, there you go. We're going to go old school on you. Now, again, free pick-wise, recapping. Doug, San Diego Padres, plus 1.5 runs. Chip likes the Milwaukee Brewers, minus 102. I'm going over Dodgers, Mets, 9. We're going to call it a 9. We got more 9s than 9.5. So over the 9 Dodgers. Again, the free picks are here. GamblesRoll.net for Chip's best bet today, Doug's double play, my Major League Baseball. Go get them all, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good luck, gents.